Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. We are coming on the air tonight with some breaking news. We have just learned that the Pentagon is tracking a suspected Chinese spy balloon spotted flying over the United States. President Biden was briefed, fighter jets scrambled, and there was a discussion at the highest levels of our government about shooting it down. Tonight, the big question, what kind of intelligence were the Chinese trying to collect? We're going to have more from the Pentagon in just a moment. Plus, a symbolic and dire warning today from Russian President Vladimir Putin as he is renewing threats to use nuclear weapons against the U.S. and Western countries. But first, the dangerous polar vortex that is causing temperatures to plunge across much of the country. Tens of millions of Americans will see some of the coldest conditions in decades. That's right. Wind chill advisories and warnings stretch across 17 states from Montana to New England. Some areas could see feels-like temperatures of 50 degrees below zero. In the South, hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses remain without power following 3 days of ice, sleet, and snow. At least 11 deaths are being blamed on icy road conditions. CBS's Lilia Luciano is going to start us off tonight from a very cold Minneapolis. Good evening, Lilia.
Good evening, Norah. That's right. Minneapolis is bracing for a frigid freeze tonight. The wind chill is going to make it feel like 25 degrees below zero. This as the South finally begins to warm up. Tonight, the South is struggling to recover from an epic ice storm. In West Memphis, Arkansas, a snowplow collided with a semi. In Georgetown, Texas, a tangled mess of power lines and branches. More than 300,000 people across the state are still without power. Austin's mayor warning residents it'll be a while before it's back.
It'll be late tomorrow before we have substantially restored power to everyone across the city.
And in Dallas, it's day 3 of darkness for some.
We took out some flashlights for tonight. If it doesn't come back on, we started a fireplace.
But things are beginning to thaw.
I'm Jason Allen in Fort Worth, Texas, where slightly warmer temperatures are starting to turn all that road ice into slush. That slow thaw is helping to improve conditions on the highways around the region as well, making travel easier.
Schools will reopen tomorrow, and at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, only 28% of flights were canceled today, compared to 75% the day before. As the South melts, the North braces for a blast.
It is going to be just brutally cold.
Temperatures are expected to plunge below zero in New England. Wind chills could be minus 50 in New Hampshire and Maine by Saturday, the coldest in decades. The city of Boston has already declared a cold emergency for the weekend, and warming centers will be open in at least 5 states. The extreme temperatures could cause frostquakes, harmless mini earthquakes that can trigger loud booms when underground ice expands, adding pressure to soil and bedrock. The National Weather Service warns frostbite could take under 10 minutes to set in, and the CDC recommends using the avoid spot treat method. Make sure body parts are covered with dry, warm clothing. Look for signs like numbness and seek medical attention as soon as possible if that is necessary. Norah.
Lilia Luciano, thank you for your reporting.